There we go. We're live. Time to mod. Okay, that one wasn't too bad. The pre-stream setup was only about 10 minutes that time. That's pretty good. That's pretty good by Phalange standards. My music might be a little bit too loud for me. Keep it down, kids. Them with their electronic music. That's probably some like drum and bass drop voice line. Yeah, let's get some cool air in here too. And I gotta get the chat up. Gotta get the chitty chat up. Go to my channel, view your channel. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the Pulsar TenZ today. I could also give a little mini review of it, if you will. There we go. Okay. And chat's loading. Okay. So yeah, why don't I give a little mini review of it, huh? Zoom out a little bit, because I am inevitably going to be messing with this. Whoa, when did you get a TenZ? Yeah, I actually got this a while back. Popped up on Mouse Market for $95, which is not the best price. But I was like, you know what, that seems decent. I don't know, we'll see how much they depreciate. So the bummer is, though, that Homeboy did not include skates, and that's why I think I hit a Bible thump moment in the Discord where I was like, if it doesn't include the stock skates, say so, please. Anyway, yeah, I like the shape. It's not, I was hoping it'd be like an endgame shape for me. It's not quite there. For me, it would need a little bit more waist tapering, but this is, I could tell from the shape that it was going to be one that I like. So I played a few games with it, and what I did not like about it are the FE opticals. They feel fine. The problem is they have a good rebound. They feel a bit like Omron Mechanicals, where they have kind of a spongy rebound, and the actuation is kind of a high-pitched, and there's a disproportionate amount of spring force compared to how little tactility there is. And I was noticing in-game, yeah, okay, here's Omron 100Ms in this here K7 Ultra. I was noticing, and they thickened the rubber on the K7 Ultra. That is nice. I just sold my black one to Neon Thunder on the Discord. These feel spongy and crappy, wow. Yeah, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna put in Omron opticals. I could even, if I was feeling really clicky, I could do TTC opticals, because those are also a 5-pin design. So let me do a quick overview of the mouse. Do we have any viewers? We have 3 people watching. Yeah, I don't really know where do you guys get your notifications from? Is it from YouTube? Is it from the live streams on Discord? I don't know. I used to tweet about it, but I don't really know if that gets any traction, because I'll get like maybe 1 or 2 people who actually like it, more often than not 0. Anyway, the Pulsar TenZ specs and overview. 3950 or their XS1 sensor, right? Why don't we check out the weight? This is going to be with dot skates. It's got we're coming in at 48 grams. That's about where it feels too. I think it's probably be around 50 grams with full size skates. I guess I don't really shape and company profile now. General build quality has been solid. It's like what you expect from a more modern Pulsar release. They do a good job. It's not anything like it's like a very solid A tier. Yeah, really no complaints. Yeah, the shape is somewhat interesting. Again, what I think a lot of people say, it feels taller and more filling than what people expect. This is it's such a tall mouse. It feels bigger than it is. Oh, I guess it is a pretty big mouse. There it is up against the K7. Which, again, like the usable length of it is pretty similar to the K7, but it has just so much hump. It can really feel your hand. I still end up fingertipping it because I'm like an idiot, but I do try to choke up on it a little bit and get it to feel my palm more for a more locked-in feel. Yeah, it has some waist tapering on the sides, obviously. By the way, if my camera looks funny, I added a sharpening filter in OBS. We'll see if that helps with clarity at all. Yeah, so you do get some waist tapering. It stays... This is kind of like what a jumbo OP1 would probably feel like, because they're not totally flat on the sides, but they are a bit more They're kind of a halfway between a vertical and an angled. The hump profile, it's pretty high, of course, but it also extends pretty far too. You don't get quite the ball-like feel of like the X2H. It does feel more elongated. Comfort grooves are there, but not super noticeable. Side buttons are good. Minor teeter-totter. Actually, not a whole lot of teeter-totter. No real shelf sink-in either. They, I wish they were a little bit... Actually, they're fine. I just think they could stick out a little bit more. The coating's good. It feels like a Wise Owl coating. I don't know, this kind of like painted feel. A lot of mice have this feel. It's a good coating. It's a good 7 out of 10 coating. It's not industry leading. It's not bad by any means. I do rather like it. The scroll in middle mouse is pretty good. Pulsar typically does a good job with their scrolls too. I'm guessing this is using their blue encoder. We'll open it up and find out. Skates I can't comment on. Performances felt fine in game. I think that's pretty much it. So why don't we get to opening it? Here's my kind of thoughts of the mouse. So I used it in Battlefield. I do like it. I do like it. I don't know if I absolutely love it, the shape, for me personally, but it is kind of a unique shape in that it's like, I don't know, we get so many of these medium small size Sora clones, and they just feel so iterative. This is actually a larger hand feel. Champagne's has been looking at that red TenZ. I'd be willing to pay more than what you paid for it if you're interested. Thank you, I appreciate it. I might sell this at some point, but we'll see. I don't know. It's probably not worth $95 for me to keep in my collection if I'm being totally honest. But I kind of want to swap out the switches and see how much I like it more than, because I think Daz is really, really big on coding, and I agree, coding's really big. The thing that I'm kind of big on is click feel, because click feel affects more than what people think. It affects how you grip the mouse. It affects like your tension. It affects like click timing is just as important as like your aim. Like if you mistime a click, you're gonna miss a shot. It is not using a Pulsar blue encoder. Okay. So I should probably... It's too late. I didn't get a weight. I'll try to maybe get a weight at the end because I don't think I'm going to be switching batteries. The PCB design's rather optimized. Look at that. Oh, dude. Wow, this looks like an ATK factory mouse, doesn't it? I gotta take photos for the old Reddit. But just the black PCB, these pan head screws, the connector clip with the connector with the clip on it. Then of course FE opticals, and then also this like plunger style switch ATK uses. And then this is Nordic 52840 MCU. We got a separate antenna separator from the PCB there. We got some PCB sidewall reinforcement going on. This is interesting to see here. We don't have a lot of side flex, but they are not using the PCB as a cross brace. Side to side wobble, yeah, there's a little bit. Yeah, that's really an acceptable amount. And they've greased it too, which is good to see. Yeah, this looks like an ATK factory mouse, huh? Why don't we snap a few photos? By the way, guys, I'm going to try to get better lighting at some point because you guys don't quite see it, but I do. There are scan lines in the video, mainly on the top camera. It's not bad when I'm zoomed in, but I do want to get better lighting. How's the scroll wheel for tactility? It's a typical TTC. So you guys, there's a few things when we talk about scroll wheel tactility to look out for. The first thing is the encoder type. So certain encoders are going to be more tactile than others. By the way, how's audio level? I don't know if this music is too loud. Sure. So there's three things that we want to watch out for when talking about scroll wheel tactility. The first one is the encoder. The second one is the encoder quality, like binning. You can bin an encoder. Then the third thing is the wheel size. And I'll get to how that matters. The encoder, TTC Golds are the industry standard. They are a solidly tactile, depending on the quality of one that you get. The like weakest ones that I've seen are probably a 6 out of 10 tactility. The most tactile ones are probably like an 8 or 9 out of 10 tactility. Average is probably around 7 to 8. This one I would say is... I would say this one's an 8. So there's a little bit of RNG with, even if one gold is not the same as another gold, the same as another. So whenever I solder in my Alps encoders, I always bin them. And the last thing is the scroll wheel size. A smaller wheel will feel more tactile because you are exerting less torque. Think about it. If you take this encoder and I put on a huge jumbo ass wheel on it and I go to scroll it, I have so much of a mechanical advantage that I can easily just roll right past those notches. But if you have a really, really itty-bitty small encoder, or wheel, sorry, then each notch, you're not able to put as much torque on it. So you'll feel the detents more. So, yeah, those are the two things that I notice the most. There's other scroll wheel. I'm a scroll wheel enjoyer at work in particular, which if I'm being honest, that's when I use a mouse more than gaming. I mean, welcome to being an adult. I use a scroll wheel a lot. So I can be picky about scroll wheels. I mean, I can make anything work, but a nice scroll wheel I'll definitely take. Same goes for middle mouse. Other features of a good scroll wheel is you want usually a plush rubber. You don't want it to feel hard and plasticky. You want the rubber to protrude above the rim, the plastic rim. If it feels sunken in, like the original MCHOSE K7s felt this way, and they actually changed the rubber, at least on my black versus my red copy now. It's thicker now and now protrudes above, which is nice. You'll also generally want so rubbers are usually a rubber and polymer blend for durability. Like pure rubber alone can have durability problems, so they usually blend it with something else. Usually a higher rubber content will be grippier but less durable, and a higher polymer content will be the opposite. This might be old information. I don't know. This is coming from back when I played Airsoft, and the hop-up units were... it was a balancing act between durability and grippiness. Yeah, you also want to watch out for the scroll wheel not like wanting to slide, the ring wanting to slide. And I think... wow, that was a bit of a tangent, but there you guys go. There's my phalanges tangent on scroll wheels. Let's take some more close-up photos. Yeah, these are going to be posted to the old Reddit. Scroll wheel encoder height on this is... oh, we got the rare 12mm. I did buy a few of these from AliExpress because it's good to have them. But honestly, another trick you can do if you are trying to swap encoders and you don't have the exact right height is you can just manually space it yourself. Yeah, that's not going to come through. Okay, well, whatever. Why don't we take this battery out, weigh the battery. Yeah, what ATK PCB is it where they have the battery right below the sensor like this? Is it the F1? I forget off the top of my head. There are two variants of TTC Gold. One is heavier and one is lighter. Oh, are there two variants of the Gold? Okay. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. Now you've jogged my memory. There are... yeah. Whose encoders was I looking at? I was looking at the data sheets, and yeah, there were heavy and light variants. Maybe that was TTC Golds. TTC Silvers are also pretty tactile. That's what GPX uses. I don't know if they've switched to dustproof, but the older GPX ones did not use dustproof. And then there's like some debate as to whether or not dustproof actually makes a difference in durability. I don't know. The engineer in me wants to be like, well, dustproof encoders wouldn't exist unless dust was a problem. But then the cynic in me is like, oh, it's just a way to upsell. It's a way for encoder manufacturers to upsell a feature to a customer. Interesting. These batteries are manufactured for Pulsar. New energy company. They use Pulsar's font on them. I don't think this is going to come through on camera. I mean, definitely not given the 4.4 autofocus. Yeah, I wonder, I need to figure my crap out, dude. Like, how is the camera not autofocusing? My hand's literally taking up the entire whatever. Pinout, it's JST 1.0mm, black thermistor red. I should jot this down. I'm running out of notepads, though. Oh yeah, I'm running out of notepads. So, 300 milliamp hour, 300, 6.06 grams. ST 1.0. PTC silver for the win. And that's black for Mr. Red. PCB weight, let's get that. Yeah, I want to check this. This so much looks like an ATK PC. Like, as soon as I opened it, I said that, didn't I, chat? I want to look at that Twitter list of OEMs and see if Pulsar is using the same as ATK, same factory as ATK. Like, the screws look the same. I wonder why they didn't choose the Pulsar blue encoder. Might be like a supply chain thing. That was the rumor about why companies were switching away from Omron Opticals, is that they were struggling to meet production demand. Which is interesting, isn't it, to think about? Like, if you're a switch manufacturer, you want to have the production capacity to nail whatever the meta is, but then you also don't want to overextend yourself because all metas die. And then you're either stuck with all this equipment or stock of something that is now becomes less desirable over time. I like the transparent bottom. Doesn't that look good? Hair that. Yeah, what an ATK PCB. Psyche 301. 1325? Really? 1325? This was manufactured all the way back in 13th week of 2025. That's usually, if you guys care about that, that's what a 4-digit code often corresponds to. Week, year. And part of the reason why manufacturers stamp that is quality control reasons, right? If you then have a defect or something, then you can track it to a batch or to a production date range. Oh, you know what? I should get a... I could get a weight... Sure, I'll get a weight of the base. I don't really think... I think you'd have to be pretty crazy to... I don't know. Sometimes these clear ones... This might be a little hefty. This might be like 11 grams or so. Okay, 10. Oh, she's fluctuating a lot. Is my fan blowing on it? Yeah, well, that's with dotscapes on it. So whatever. Grain of salt with that, but whatever. Let's take a look at the side PCB here. You know, Bearded Bob probably does a much better, more structured job of his modding live streams, but that's okay. You can also see the coloration difference. That's another way you can tell that it's been coated. See the kind of candy red versus the pink red on the inside. So it's like a spray painting process. You can even tell, like, if you clean it and you look at it, there's like orange peel on it, you know? Orange peel, it looks like, orange peel is like a spray painting defect, or it looks like the skin of an orange. And I have like a marbling, like a golf ball. Mini micro SMD 2-pin, the side buttons. Mini micro SMD 2. Remember when SMD was an insult? Okay, I'm gonna fulcrum mod this too for you guys. So again, if you guys aren't familiar with the fulcrum mod, it's something I do to a ton of mice. But if we zoom in here, you guys see how the buttons want to stay up? I don't like that, because now when I press down on a switch, I have the springiness of the switch that I'm resisting, and I have the springiness of the button fulcrum. So in a perfect world, I like my left mouse to be light and my right mouse to still be a little bit more firm, so I don't accidentally scope in while I'm tensing up in game. So my left mouse, what I'm going to do is I want this to be floppy, ideally, so that I have the most raw switch feel. I want it to be floppy because when the mouse is like this, I want the weight of the button to rest down onto the plunger of the micro switch. But I don't want it to be pushing down too much, because then it's going to make the switch feel too light. So that's why I want it to have some flop back. Like if I were to flip it back over, that it would just flop back, the open position, or to the upper, whatever you want to call it. That's what I call fulcrum modding. So fulcrum, I'm probably behind on chat messages, I'm sorry guys. The fulcrum, you want to be careful when you pop these out, you don't want to bend the crap out of them, because we're going to do that here. The fulcrum is this part here. Let's move this out of the way. The fulcrum's this right here, right? So this is fixed and this is what you're bending. So what I usually do is I usually just free bend it a little bit and just deform it a little bit. Like that's going to be a little bit too much, so we'll bend it back. I'll try that. Now then another thing I can do too is sometimes I'll take an X-Acto knife, hobby knife, and I'll cut lines like that on the top. Not all the way through, just a little bit of the way through. And that helps with the floppiness. I mean, you are kind of like compromising the structural strength of this, so then if you go around chucking your mouse, you could, I guess, break one, but I don't know if you're not, yeah, don't fulcrum mod that way if you are going to like be a total rager with your mouse. So this might be a little bit too much pretension. Sometimes I like this, and see how it wants to stay closed. So let's back off on that, and this fulcrum modding is just a back and forth, just a little dance. That's pretty good right there. There's still a little bit of sponginess. I'd rather it be on the other way. Oh, that might have bent it enough. Let's put it right back in. Oh, a little bit more. Ooh, that's pretty good. See how it wants to stay like halfway? It doesn't want to stay fully closed. It doesn't want to stay fully open. I'm pretty happy with that. We're gonna lock it in. Hello, Goat, says Oak. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Are there ways to make the encoder more defined? Yes, there are. I do not recommend any of them. The best way to make an encoder more defined is to buy a different one. I like the Alps EC01. I shouldn't tell you guys this because you're going to buy up all the supply on AliExpress, but I think I already have a pretty good stockpile. The Alps EC01 are so beautifully notchy. EC01 model name, AliExpress won't have it. If you just search Alps encoder, you might be able to find it. Just so not this isn't even the notchiest one. Like if I find a really notchy one, brother, they're too notchy for a lot of people. This is the benchmark though for a 10 out of 10 notchiness. This one's pretty good. This is probably like a Because there is such a thing as modding them to be like stupidly notchy. That one's only like an 8. There we go. Scroll wheel, stream. Okay, so this one, this is interesting. This one is maybe an 8 out of 10 notchiness, but there's just so much friction, I can tell. So the way an encoder, gosh, I'm not going to be able to show this, am I? What a shame, because it's not going to focus. Can I manually focus this bitch? Normal tap focus? I'm tapping, brother. I'm tapping and you're not focusing. Okay. Manual? Oh, hello. Hello there. Okay. This is very awkward if you look in the side camera of me. So you'll see a little, see that silver piece that's kind of notched or like a V shape? And then the black wheel that's turning. So I don't know what you call these parts, but the metal part I'm going to call a leaf spring. And then the part that you see moving, I'm going to call that the encoder core. So that's the same plastic piece as the black axle you see here. So like often encoders would be called like a TTC dustproof gold here. We'll say, I'll call it like a blue top gold axle or gold core is really what it is, because that inside of there is one whole piece. So going back to this guy, what makes the notchiness is a couple things. It's the geometry of that leaf spring. See the V in it? Some of them are more rounded. A TTC silver, instead of it being a V shape, it's like a rounded half moon. And then also the core geometry, sometimes that'll be more deep grooves. So the geometry matters a lot, and then also the spring tension, how much that V shape is tensioned to press into the core. This one I can tell it's tensioned poorly because there's a lot of tension, but there's not a lot of notchiness. So it makes for a very high friction feel. Okay, let's go back to manual focus, autofocus. Let's see how this is. I don't know. Okay, sure. So, sorry, long-winded answer to your question. You can, in fact, change if you if you have a junk encoder, do not do this with a mouse you care about. You can pry off the 4 prongs here, open it up, and take that leaf spring and bend the shit out of that leaf spring so it just puts on a stupid amount of tension. And that is one way you can make an encoder feel more notchy. But then you have to put it back together, and that's a pain in the ass. I have only attempted that maybe 3 times and successfully did it twice. I just solder in. Dude, these Alps encoders, when I get them on sale, they end up just being, 30, 40 cents a piece. It's so much better. I did have one Alps encoder double scroll on me once, but yeah. And then of course with typical AliExpress fashion, the batch variance is really bad. This was probably an 8. I don't know if I find a 10. Oh, that one's probably a 9. I like to give numbers too. This one's like loosey-goosey in the... That one's junk. Not total junk. Yeah, that one's a 9. That's a nice one. That's one I would save for a mouse that I really like. And the number of steps in the core... Ooh, this one's tensioned badly. Just lots of friction. Feels crunchy. Or gritty. Yeah, that one's maybe an 8. 8. 8 or 9. Alps also makes, I believe it's their 7mm encoders. These are, I think, 11mm here. Ooh, this one's good. This one might be a 10. 9 or 10. Yeah, this one's nice. their 7mm encoders are a different number of steps. Oh, that one feels crap too. Yeah, so like out of that whole batch of 10 that I ordered here, 2 of them did not feel great. That's just the kind of variance you have to expect. I don't know if it's like AliExpress gets all the rejects or something. PTC Gold comes in 13 to 50 gram force and 20 to 40 gram force. The 13 to 30 is almost impossible to find. Interesting. Waiting for a good early bird deal on the James Donkey RSR 7. Dude, me too. If I sold out, I will DM you because, sorry guys, but the deals chat, when there's a good deal and it's early bird and it's a limited quantity, Daddy's got to get one first before I post it. But yeah, sold out, I'll DM you or something. And someone else on the Discord was looking for a A7 Re. Have you ever had to repair a cracked screw post in a mouse shell? If so, how? Yeah. Just use a bigger screw and be really gentle. You can try a little bit of super glue. There's not really a good fix. I'm sorry. There's not. Bigger screw is like the next thing I try. Yeah, I have. Oh, right here. Yeah. See how this guy's missing a screw? Yep, post is cracked. This mouse is beat to hell, so. Yeah, Aerox 3. Good shape. Bad. Not a great mouse. Okay, I'm supposed to be doing this mod, dude. 10 o'clock. Did I get a picture of the side button PCB? I don't think I did. I just ate a piece of food that was stuck between my teeth and it tasted very oniony. I did not have onions for dinner. I don't know how I got that. Oh, I had steak and it was seasoned. It might have been like part of the steak seasoning. There's like TMI, dude. Sorry, this is my stream. I get to make it as gross as I want. Haha. Take a picture of the bottom of this PCB also. Okay. Did I get a battery picture? I don't remember if I did. I didn't. Silly me. Thanks, man. Yep, I'll try to keep an eye out. But yeah, fair warning, if there's a quantity 1 left, early bird, I'm gonna snatch it up first. I do really want to try the James Donkey and the RSR 7 and the what was the other one I'm interested in? What was the other? The Rapupu, the new Rapupu VT0. Can we not have 0 or O's in model names? In alphanumeric model names? It's hard to read. 6 gram, I could reduce the weight by like 3 grams. If I change the battery. It's tempting. I might. One of the defining factors if I mod or not is actually just like resellability. But because I'm already swapping Omron opticals into this, that means I'm already hurting resale value. There's probably some people out there who would like drool over that. I think there was one person in chat who was interested. Early bird, but it's all the same price. Yeah, I saw that. I think that was the one that was like $59. I don't know. Tomorrow's Choice Day sale though, so. And then the next big sale isn't until November. I don't know, maybe the strat is just to wait till November. 11/11 Singles Day sale. Yeah. These FE opticals might be a real pain in the butt to desolder. A little bit worried about that. I don't know, I guess I'm just spoiled, like, taking out 2-pin micro switches. My stupid old, like, brute force method. I feel like I have the camera angled too. Okay, that feels a bit better. Like, I'm scared that I'm gonna just toast the crap out of the sender and receiver units. Like, maybe I just shouldn't care. They're so hard to desolder with a desoldering pump, though. I'll see if I can get that front pin with the pump, but I don't think I'll be able to. MCHOSE is tomorrow, guys. That might have done it well. I have, like, modded my desoldering pumps to be more sucky with bigger springs and better O-rings. And I clean them out pretty frequently too. That's actually what I'm doing right now. I don't think you guys can see it, but I got chunks. I got chunks flying out. It's like every single pump that I'm doing here. Oh, you can sort of see it in the side camera. A little bit. To see. It's so small. 5% coins brought it down to $62. Yeah, I've seen better than that. I'm gonna try to get, my goal is to get the piss yellow version for around $50 shipped. Or yeah, we'll see what I can do with Rakuten. Oh, Rakuten. Sometimes you know work and it makes me sad. Damn, that little piece of solder is really just clinging on for its dear life. There we go, that's a pretty clean one. Yeah, a nice clean desoldering pump I notice has better suction. Man, how do I keep like losing my tweezers? It's just like set them down someplace and then they're gone. Yes. Oh yeah, that's okay. So for soldering novices out there, you know, that's as focused as I could get, I guess. See the pin? How I'm able to wiggle it freely? Because there's no more solder on it at all, which can be really tough to do. So now what I'll do is I'll just put my iron on those remaining 4 pins and I'll yank her out. That's funny, live streaming, like this is the only time I mod mice now. Like anytime I've sat down to mod mice, I live stream the past month. But it would definitely be faster if I just YOLO'd it myself. But sorry, you guys can't see. Boom. So let's desolder some of these pins here. Because I do want to have the option of reusing these FE opticals. Who am I kidding though? I'm not gonna wanna, you know, it's like how much does just soldering in Omron opticals, how much does that devalue the mouse? And is that really worth my time and energy to then open it back up just to swap the switches? Probably not. Oh, these are Pulsar branded opticals. Okay, well they feel like FE opticals. Yeah. Interesting. Is that showing up for you guys? Not really. Well, it says Pulsar on the side. And an FE on the top. And they do have a normally open pin there, so I guess you could solder them into a mechanical mouse if you like have a huge hard on for FE opticals. All right, next button. We'll try the same trick. Man, That steak dinner was so good. It's my first time cooking steaks on this new to me grill. And they came out perfectly. And I'm not a good like steak cook or connoisseur or anything. So don't know if that did it. Let's check with the old tweezer check. Yep, she's free. She's a free willy. She's a free willy. Do any of you guys swap for dot skates purely for the weight reduction? Like, skates and coding are one of those things where I'm like, gimme, make it a gram or two heavier, and give me the big fat skates, give me the nice thick coating. I don't know if that's an unpopular take. So what I'm doing here is I'm just getting any remaining solder off the pins so that if you go to insert it back into a PCB, you don't get stuck. FE Opticals, baby. AliExpress has that nice soldering pump heated tip combo. Oh, bro, I have one. I never use it though. Yeah, ask me anything. I have this one. Son of a gun. Come here, you. This is the one I have. Yeah, it does actually work really well. So there's the plunger. And the buttons there. It's not like the strongest sucker, but yeah, this actually does work shockingly good. The problem I have is that it's not a versatile tool and I don't have a lot of space here. If I had more space, I would definitely use this. And I'd probably hook it up to like the same switch as this, as my soldering station. So that when I turn this on, they both turn on. But I don't have the room right now, so this actually works okay. Or if I was doing a crap ton of desoldering, like if I was gonna build a keyboard. Yeah. Yep. Also, maybe I'm weird here, but before I desolder, I very frequently add extra solder first. Miss. And one trick is to desolder from the opposite side. If you can get to the holes, these Armor Optical, or these 5-pin optical mouse holes are pretty tight. Did that one go? That one did work. Okay, we're gonna keep doing it that way then. Cool, that's working. Lauren Brienne says, is that a dog emote? Oh, Soul Out had a message retracted? I didn't even know that you could do that. Oh, hey Lauren. Do you guys want to get a Nova Cam? We don't have, who is it that likes the Nova Cam? That was, Neon and the Maryanki guy, or I forget his name. I'm sorry, brother. Lauren, say something in chat if you want me to do a Nova Cam. I don't know if she's still watching. Probably not. She's probably back on Instagram. Well, I randomly got reached out to by regarding MouseCast, not tomorrow, but in general, a guest. Potential guest that it's too early for me to tease. That's not fair. If I tease a guest and then they don't show up and then somebody's like, hey, why didn't you do this thing? But the guest The guest sent me a Discord DM, which is the best way to get a hold of me. And in that Discord DM, we just chatted about stuff, and then I shot my shot with the whole, hey, do you want to do the be a guest in the MouseCast podcast? I think you'd be a good fit. And the person said, I would like that very much, but this person needs to check with some people first. So that is what this person is going to do. Son of a gun. The hole is so small. The hole is so small. It's so hard to get my iron. My helping hands are not being very helping. But all I will say about this person is that it might be multiple people from the same sphere, let's say. And this person has decent mouse manufacturing supplier whatever knowledge, which is pretty neato burrito. Viscose? No, dude. Viscose on the pod, that's like... Might as well go try to get Ronaldo. No, I'm kidding. Oh, wait, I need to bin these switches. No. One thing, too, is that, I don't know if I would necessarily want to... I don't want to say I'm not open to anyone and everyone. But you guys also have to remember that they have to be enthusiasts for mouse gear. Aim trainer people, I would be more than happy to have one on, but Daz and I are not quite that vertical. We're like adjacent, you know, mouse gear is like adjacent. We're mouse people first, like pad people second, and then like aim trainer people third, you know? So... Sorry, I'm just really concentrating. I don't think I like any of these that much. Let's try binning again. Not that they were bad, but I'm just kind of being picky. One thing that I don't like about Armor Opticals, and the reason why I think their implementation is so difficult for manufacturers to nail, is they feel very different depending on the angle at which you press down on the switch. If you press down at like a side, you're kind of like coming at it from the side, they feel mushy and crappy. But if you come on right down on the top, they feel really good. This ghost would be pretty cool on the pod. Oh wait, these are the ones I chose. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, Viscose is cool though. I mean, she's got good stuff. I was recently in a Pingu video, well, not in a Pingu video, whatever. His comment, or I had a Reddit comment that he had on the video. It's on his most recent. So Pingu's another one of the raw input guys. Gals, I don't know Pingu's gender. I reached out to them for clarification. I haven't heard anything. I just don't want to get canceled. I just want to talk about peripherals. But Pingu's budget peripheral video is a really good watch. Basically about Meow gaming gear. And they found a comment I had made about spandex pads. There was a Reddit thread about Raiden clones. Spandex does not equal Raiden clone, because there's different weaves and different blends, but it's a start. The simple fact that just like people just don't talk about material is really frustrating. I think it's like such an easy, I don't know, like friggin' your t-shirt has to have the details on the fabric and stuff on it, on the tag, for like washing reasons, right? Why not a mouse pad? Mouse pads are one of those frustrating things where it's like, you really need a store where you can just go and sample a whole bunch. That's what one of the top Reddit posts from today is about that. Somebody posted pictures from going to Japan or something. You guys see that? They went to a mouse pad store or something that had just mouse pads lining the walls and mice. And they even had what looked like a little little gaming spot. So you could jump in Valorant, Target, Practice Range, or whatever, and try stuff out. How cool would that be? Dream job right there. Let's clean up this solder jump just a little bit. Sure. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. Yeehaw. Give it the old yeehaw. The old yee 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 yee. Okay, we'll see how those feel. Hopefully it's good because I ain't getting those out. You know, I could be gaming right now instead of this. I did think about that. But I'm just sitting here, modding a mouse, burping up last night's dinner. Not last night. I've never been a big steak eater. Like, oh, I like beef and stuff, but like, if I could only have one meat for the rest of my life, it would not be beef. Probably be chicken. Is that an unpopular take? Why is this like not going in the hole? Am I smoking something crazy? Heat? Huh, okay, no, it just feels weird like that, okay. Well, this needs to go up then. And we'll put that in the outer position. Okay. And then this goes right on down. If you just saw a video of the new Logitech MX Master 4. Can't believe they're still only giving it 125 hertz. Yeah, because it's a battery life, right? That's the play, right? Don't they use like a modified Bluetooth? I don't know. That's the thing. Like people shopping for that just don't even. I don't know. Like we like to poo-poo on manufacturers for making questionable decisions from an enthusiast perspective, but you got to remember from like these companies have a lot of money on the line, so you bet your butt when they make a decision it's calculated, or at least I would hope it is. I don't know, sometimes big companies do things that are brain dead. 500 or 1000 should be the standard even for productivity. Yeah, I don't totally disagree. I use a 165 hertz monitor at work, so like 125 hertz on a mouse is very noticeable. On a 60 hertz monitor, it's not as noticeable, but yeah, I mean, we're seeing our phones, like our friggin' iPhones and stuff, are 120 hertz refresh. So yeah, I personally think like 250 should be the low end, and then if people want to switch to Bluetooth, then you just offer that mode to have a little bit more battery life. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong here, and maybe there is like a bigger brain reason why they do lower. Isn't that Solar, isn't that with the new Logitech the Super Strike switches that are haptic. Isn't that? I thought I saw a comment on Reddit the other day that was claiming that, oh, they're just using the same tech that's in the MX Master 4 that's coming out, or something like that. Adjustable haptics on productivity mouse is interesting. What is the Magic Mouse? Does the Magic Mouse use haptic? I don't know. What about the cost? Like, is the haptic motor and all this stuff more failure points too? Seems like it would be, right? And just a simple mechanical switch. Like, if you're Logitech and having to fulfill RMAs for defective units. Especially since productivity mice, dude. Like, I mean, yeah, gamers can be rough on their mice. But productivity mice, bro. If you have a desk job, that is more clicking than you do gaming. So it's 8 hours a day, 5 days. I don't know, maybe people do more gaming than me. Yeah, it's haptic. The tech is a little different in comparison to the Super Strike. Yeah, so I would imagine the haptic, they might be leaning into the, I don't know, this is hearsay because I should really just go and like watch whatever press release or whatever they have on it, but my guess is the, oh come on, this is really gonna push down in there, doesn't it? The haptics on a productivity mouse, might be nice for like adjustability of like the feel. And they probably won't have, I don't know, maybe they'll just do the rapid trigger thing. I feel like the rapid trigger thing, that's more of the enthusiast feature. The normies shouldn't care so much about that one. I don't know, dude. Whenever I go and see like coworkers using a mouse, and they, you know, you have the slap clickers. And the guys who have the really long target confirmation time. Man. I don't know, millennials in the workforce now, we're growing, the boomers are leaving. So maybe higher performance will become more standard as people actually with computers are the ones getting into decision-making positions of, you know, requisitioning office equipment for the building and such. I don't know, man. When I came to work at my current job, I had 165 hertz monitors that I had from previous jobs that I just brought with me to the office. Oh, I forgot the battery. Herpaderp. And one of my coworkers, who's like one of the CAD modeling geniuses at the company, he saw them and he was like, dude, I've been meaning to get some, and seeing your setup is, he's like, now I have no excuse, I absolutely need to do that. And he got high refresh rate monitors, and then his boss, who's like a 50-year-old guy, was like, wow, they're so smooth. How'd you do that, Sam? Sam was like, yeah, they're just high refresh rate gaming monitors. And then Jeff got some, the manager, so I don't know, high refresh, it's not even about response time in an office setting, it's about smoothness and eye strain. Yeah, here I am just putting tape on the battery here to mount the battery. I'm going on vacation soon. Yeah, I feel bad for you. The other day, somebody asked what time is MouseCast, and that was one of those moments where I was like, well, it's Thursdays at 10:45 p.m. Eastern, but it feels like that's only like 50% of the time. Whenever we have a guest, it's different. And we've been having a few guests I remember the summertime we didn't really have that many guests. Okay, let's make sure this is plugged in correctly. Give me a light or something, huh? That's supposed to be a oh, there we go. I do get a side blue light there. Okay. I dropped the scroll wheel and I did not see where it went. Oh no, not this again. Oh, okay, there it is. That one time I dropped the scroll wheel into the abyss, and I was so lucky that I found it so quickly. I remember, so I grew up with cats, and sometimes I'd be working on stuff in my room, like airsoft things and whatnot, and I'd drop something, and the cats just have that uncanny, like, ability to exactly locate where something falls by sound or by feel. It was nice to have a cat around. Okay, why you no click into place? Why you no click into place? That has me doing a concern. What? Yeah, the only downside to greasing things inside of a mouse is that it means you will inevitably collect more dust in here as it sticks to the grease. Why is that not going in? Technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. That's weird. Yeah, those feel good in it. Those armor obstacles do feel good in it. Wow, surprisingly, I actually think I want to make it a little bit heavier. That is like incredibly rare that I ever make it heavier. I almost always make it lighter. But the fulcrum mod that I did too much, and by too much, it's not too much by typical standards, but it is too much for just somehow this mouse just has very oh, I have to take out the side button PCB. Interesting. They like have a teeny tiny little bracket on there. Okay. Hey viewers, how are y'all doing? How about, why don't we get some discussion going? I feel like this is just kind of boring, especially since when I'm zoomed way the heck out like this, you guys can't see exactly what I'm doing, which makes it less interesting, but also I don't really think, is this really all that interesting to begin with? I don't know. But see, they have this geometry like here, here, and here. So they're tying different portions of the shell in, even with just this flat piece of whatever. So we're gonna undo the fulcrum mod. Make it actually a little bit heftier. I feel it feels wrong doing that, but we're gonna do it. You guys see that? Speaking of ROM, I said wrong, but speaking of ROM, their website says "Run Away With Me." Is that the acronym for what ROM stands for? Run away with me? That feels so wrong, chat. That feels so wrong, but we're gonna do it. We're doing it. Put my skizzers away. Skizzers is a weird word, huh? I don't know, what do you guys want to talk about? I say, how was your day today? But that's like such a boring topic. Ain't nobody care. Did you do anything interesting? How about this? Did anything interesting happen in your day today? Maybe an incident of road rage? Or drama between coworkers? Or family? Or maybe you got some good news? Maybe you got need some advice on something? I don't know. Did something blow up recently? Is something about to blow up in your life? I don't know. I guess I can start. My little bit of news that's sort of on topic for mouse stuff is I can't believe I got an Amazon Vine sample of this, you guys. Look at that. It's a beauty. The candy red paint on this looks so good. This is a really good looking mouse. I'm gonna take it to work tomorrow and develop my review for it. Yeah, Pwnage has come a long way. It's definitely better than it used to be. But Pwnage, this is an example of they have a teeny tiny scroll wheel, so it feels super notchy. Also, they like did a whole all plastic scroll wheel, which I'm not a huge fan of, but yeah. Stormbreaker Bloodline. Stormbreaker V3 Bloodline is the full name, right? Bloodline I think is just the colorway, and then V3 is obviously the latest and greatest. So I think it has Armron opticals. There's zero sensor, which is 3950. And then it seems to be a little bit, the QC seems to be a little bit better and tighter. I've had a CF that was a CF Max that was absolutely abysmal. And I had a old Stormbreaker. I had a serial number 7 Stormbreaker because a guy listed it to eBay like a week before they dropped live. Like there had been leaks of it or they had announced it. I think that's what it was. It just wasn't that interesting because it had already been announced. But yeah, and Homeboy, apparently I asked him how he got it, how he got serial number 7 and how he got it before the official release. And his company did marketing for Pwnage here in the US, and they gave everyone in the office one, and I was like, really, everyone in your office? So like even the boomers? And he was like, yeah. I should have been like, bro, I'll give you an extra $20 if you can get serial number 1, which they probably couldn't. I'm sure they reserve some things for like special people or developers or whatever, but still, serial number 7 would have been kind of cool. Cool from a number standpoint, not so cool from a QC standpoint. I don't know. As somebody who works in manufacturing, if they're going to make 10,000 units of something, you want like batch 7,000 probably. This is total speculation, but my reasoning is tooling wears out, so you don't want 10,000, but there's optimizations that often happen as just people learn to do their job better and operate machinery better and look for defects. So serial number 1 also is pretty, you might want to avoid. No different than they say like when you buy a car, you don't want to get if there's a brand new car out, you don't want to get the first model year of it. You know, you want to wait a couple model years. The screws feel like they're going into something kind of soft, so we'll just leave it there. Oh yeah, that's a good Armron optical implementation. Okay, I'm happy with that. Yeah, they feel fine. They're not. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're not like amazing. Unfortunately my right mouse is better than my left mouse. My left mouse is a little spongy, but I think that was just the switch that I picked. Maybe. These names are ridiculous. Saw a video of even Chinese reviewers making fun of James Donkey. Makes you think someone lost a bet or something to make that a company's name. What's your top 3 Armron optical implementation? Oh, good question. So first of all, James Donkey, yeah, they've been around for a while. To me, it sounds like I don't know, like sometimes designer names are like really goofy, and James Donkey has had some out there products. Why they chose that, I don't know. Even their logo, their old logo's like a cartoon clip art donkey. It's dumb. Top 3 Armron optical implementation. Good question. I'm looking at the wall behind me. So number 1 is a tie between If you want crispness, Lamzu Maya X. If you want like a soft, more quietness that's not super pingy, MCHOSE L7. There's just something about the L7 that just feels very cushioned. I was using it at work today too. Yeah, those would be, yeah. So all-arounder, I would say all-arounder is Maya X. MCHOSE L7 is up there too. And then other ones like honorable mentions would be, I'm looking at my wall here. I've had a lot of variance in my WL mouse products, but my most recent Beast X, oh, I don't have it up here. Rats, I left it downstairs. Let me grab it, because it actually is actually kind of cool. I got one of the new colorways of the WL mouse Beast X. Gosh, I hope I... Here it is. Okay. Heading back upstairs. Yep, so the mice I brought to work today were the MCHOSE L7, a WL mouse DRG edition, Beast X Max, and I don't know what the last one was. I usually try to bring like 2 mice, and I'll swap out at lunch. Yeah, MCHOSE just feels so good. Oh yeah, Wise Owl Cloud. But I have Armor Optical Swap, but it doesn't feel the best. Yep, so I guess short, long answer short. Maya X is the all-arounder. If you want a softer feel, MCHOSE L7 Ultra Plus. That's so good. And then if you want a very tactile experience, this Beast X Max that I have, it's loud, it's tinny, it's poppy, it's pingy. I love it. This is very tactile. Yeah, I'm happy with this one. L7 Plus. The L7 is a little bit more... Let me grab mine. Yeah, L7 Plus is more cushion. The L7 is still very good. The L7's a more tactile, more, you know, like more like the Beast X. Still not even the same though, but yeah, the L7, the normal L7 is good. L7 Plus though is, there's just like a softness on the after the actuation. There's just like a soft suppleness. I don't know. They just did such a good job with this. Yeah, and going back to this. Yeah, that just feels more mushy than all of these. Yeah, these just feel so much more precise than this. Even like the K7. Oh, this has mechanicals. Holy crap, those feel like dog poop. Yeah, Beast X Max. Good mouse. Good mouse. And the dongle is actually really cool. It's silicone, so the thing looks like a rendering or something. Because it doesn't like have... It looks fake, doesn't it? But that's because it's all silicone. And it's weighted too. Oh, I could get away a bit. I'm gonna guess... Oh, I don't know. 150 grams? Oh wow, I'm way off. 71. It feels hefty. Yeah. I was way off. Dragon Ranger Gaming. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I saw that there's a dragon theme to it, and I got it because of the color, and the dongle is actually kind of cool. I'm kind of happy with the dongle, as dumb as that sounds. But I don't really follow any esports teams. I probably should have gotten a picture of... I should get a picture real quick of this battery swap for the old Reddit. And I do want to... I probably won't have time this stream, but next stream I want to do the K7 Ultra. Armor and Optical swap it. A lot of ATK stuff has like a okay Armor and Optical implementation. I think MCHOSE in general does better though. That's like one reason to actually get MCHOSE over ATK. ATK has, you know, new Nordic stuff. MCHOSE, I think they're using a lot of real tech, right? Yeah. That dongle weighs more than the mouse. Yes, it do. Sometimes it be like that. That's how you know it's a good quality dongle. It weighs more than the mouse. Let's get another picture for the old Reddit of this guy here. Sure. I could also be like a good person and go to bed at a reasonable time too, instead of just staying up super late modding mice or playing games. But where's the fun in that? Yeah, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Chinese Valorant team? Are they a Chinese Valorant team? It is Dragon Ranger. I know that because their little logo, their dongle's a dragon, and then the box said Dragon Ranger. And I remember thinking my initial impressions were like, that's kind of a goofy sounding name. Dragon Ranger sounds like Pokemon Trainer or something adjacent. Dragon Ranger, like a TV show, you know? They go around and capture dragons and befriend like Pokemon? I don't know. If you have an esports team, you need lore. You need lore behind your mascot. Dragon Ranger, best lore. Alright, let's get a weight. Let's get a modded weight. $44.7. Yeah, that's good. For how big the mouse is, that feels pretty darn good. What an iconic... Yeah, TenZ did a good job coloring this. I remember when he teased the upcoming mouse, he said that a red version was hopefully coming, but he made no promises. But in the back of my mind, I was like, Pulsar SKU machine will make sure a red one is released. You guys see the X2N? Go check Reddit. Top post from, I think, today or so was by me. X2N. New Pulsar mouse. It's actually it's not, I don't want to say old news. The leak is from some time ago. But nobody had posted anything about it. So I did. Yeah, the X2N, it's a new mouse shape. FCC leaks. We have external photos, no internal photos. I'm not really, you know, it's funny. It's a Crazy Light branded mouse, and they have 40 SKUs registered using the X2N name. So first of all, I don't want to spoil the shape, but because you guys should just go look it up if you're watching. 10 watching, wow. Gotta do what you love, brother. But the mouse X2N is new shape. I think it looks kind of like an OP1 mixed with maybe like a TenZ. I need some water. Yeah, OP1 mixed with a TenZ maybe. It's a good shape. It's one of those shapes that I looked at and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably going to like that. And it's a Crazy Light branded, so that means we're probably going to get the small size, especially since there's 40 SKUs that were announced. So the SKUs are going to be different sizes, different colors. I don't know if they'll do left hand, right hand, probably not. The X2A, the ambidextrous one, they haven't updated that, so that probably doesn't get a lot of love. The X2N, Crazy light. Yeah, I'm not even that interested in the internals because we already know what it's going to be. It's probably going to be like all the other crazy lights. They're, you know, probably reusing PCB as much as they can. I wish it would be a Nordic 54 series. There was also leaks. I also posted pictures of a new dongle. The dongle is just the VSPO mouse dongle, but without the anime coloring on it. I don't know if that means that like Pulsar is going to start using that as a new dongle in the future. You guys want to see NovaCam? I'll give you guys some NovaCam. Hey dog. You don't even know that you're on the internet. How many people are watching you right now? You got 8 people watching you, plus me. Watching you scratch yourself. It's so funny. Sometimes she'll scratch herself and it feels so good that she'll start like falling over out of like relaxation. My pupper. It's my dog. We had a good play session today. We did. Mommy's asleep and you're bored, so you come and say hi to me. I don't know, what other mice did I posted a review of to the Discord in the description of this guy. Cherry Extrafy GP7. This is a new speed pad from Cherry Extrafy. Why did it get darker? I don't know. But whatever. Yeah, new pad from Cherry Extrafy. It's a speed pad. I posted my thoughts to the old Discord because I did my Amazon Vine review for it already. It's kind of a low effort review, but wait, the shape of the X2N, is this something new? Yeah, X2N's new. Go check Reddit. Go check Reddit. Mouse review Reddit. Man, what do I want to do next, guys? I don't want to go to bed. It's only 11 o'clock. It's not even 11 o'clock yet. I want to go to bed at like midnight. Do I start the... Okay. Do I start the MCHOSE? Yeah, let's do it. The thing that's bothering me are my feet. So this is like a standing desk setup that I have here, right? And the carpeting here is like super worn down and flat. And my slippers are in the room where my wife is sleeping. Okay, I'm gonna grab my slippers. Yeah, in the meantime, you guys go look up the X2N. Yeah, the X2N, it's gonna be, I'm guessing N means narrow. Is what it was funny before I posted it. I made a post to Twitter saying, guys, I just found a new mouse shape from Pulsar X2N. What do you think? And comment on Discord was narrow. Comment on Twitter was narrow. I had no idea what it was. And then I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And sure enough, it's a narrow. Where's X2W? Wide. Like a SteelSeries Ikari. Give me a big old fat pinky rest. Oh, I got my slippers on. All is good in the world again. So this is the... This is 6.00 grams. Okay, let's move on to the K7 Ultra. Look at the peel. Look at the peel. You think that, how much weight you think the peel is? Oh, this is on there. Good, damn son. That's not gonna even be right. Oh, actually, it will be. I'm gonna guess 0.08. Wow, I'm way off. 0.5. Neato. I don't know why I do that. I'm just trying to be entertaining, I guess. I'm not gonna keep that peel. Sometimes I do because I'm crazy. K7 Ultra. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, K7 Ultra, man. So I gotta say, the metallic red actually doesn't look as good in person because of the coating that they use. It has like this rubberiness to it. on camera it still looks like a vibrant red, but in person it has like a gray shift, like a white shift. Like it has a white film on it. Oh wow, look at how textured the bottom is. That's interesting. Alright. Let's mod her up. Mod up. Give me my little... Okay, people always ask me, how do you not destroy your skates? Guys, it's not, I take a flathead screwdriver and I go right for the divot here that they give you. Sometimes, actually more often I go from the side, but let's go for the divot. I have never even turned on this mouse. I should make sure it's not bricked. Okay, we got a green LED. Green LED. So dumb. Yeah, the bottom of this feels like really textured. I don't know if the other... So the red colorway actually was a revision. They switched from Omron Opticals to Omron Mechanical 100 millions. Obligatory dry heave for that meta. I don't know why people like these. I don't... Maybe they don't and they're just cheap. But anyway, they also changed, something else, I forget what. But yeah, they supposedly changed something else, so I'm blanking on it. It was the switches and it was something else, yeah. But they did give more color versions, so now there's the Iron Man and there's a black and gold, which I was really tempted to get. Because if that was anything like, I feel like white coatings are often better than black. Razors that way, Pulsars that way. Part of me is like, phalanges, why didn't I get the white? But I forget who I was talking to who had a white and silver one, and they were like, it seems the same. No, but don't chew on that, brother. You have a toy right here. You want this? There you go. X2N, baby. We're gonna talk about it on MouseCast tomorrow. I don't think Daz has seen it. I'm pretty sure Daz gets his news from MouseCast. Somebody DM him, be like, where do you get your mouse news from? I guarantee you he'll say MouseCast, lol. Okay. Need the screwdriver. She wants to shred her toy. Don't shred it, Nova. She's kind of bored and kind of antsy, so she just wants to shred it. Four screws. Should I take a picture of the screw positions? I sometimes do. Let's do it. So it was funny. I had two people arguing on Reddit last night or something, but they were tagging me, which is not common, to the point where I guess my Reddit is set up that when you tag me in a, oh, I shouldn't say this, when I get tagged in a post, like when you do /u/manphalanges, I get emailed. So I had two emails from these bozos going back and forth arguing about, the one guy posted a review of the K7 Ultra, relevant. And he didn't know what encoder it was using, so he was like, I think it's using this encoder. And this commenter was like, why would you even say that? Why would you, like, if you don't know, just say you don't know, instead of like potentially spreading misinformation. And there was just a really dumb back and forth, and I got tagged a second time. I don't remember what the second tag was for. And I just replied, with the, you guys know that gif of that like chubby black kid who's just like is he holding something? He's just like sitting there giving like uncertain eyeball looks. I just replied with that. funny. Dude, r/mouse review mods need to allow image replies. I honestly think that is something that would make the subreddit a better place. Because people on that subreddit absolutely default to being way too serious. And image replies, I think, are a good way to alleviate that a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, good doggy. Finally laid down. Yeah, I think this is internally the same as... Yeah, MCHOSE uses Realtek MCUs. So, somebody who programmed MCUs explained to me, does that mean that if they want to switch to Nordic stuff, are they going to have to, like, reprogram a whole bunch? That button tensioning is fine, I think. I'll leave it there. But we do need to remove the charging hardware. Cool. VTR pin out. There's the battery. And I could probably be like editing videos right now instead. I did upload some new retention gameplay. I don't think anybody watches it, that's fine. It's all unlisted, but it is on my channel. There is, on the main page, if you scroll down to the bottom, there's a playlist called Retention Gameplay. You can watch all of them. I don't really expect people to. I just do leave it public there because I leave it unlisted because, like, if I want to share clips with friends, you know, as you do. Just have it unlisted. Yeah, still no new messages in chat. Wow, I'm not being very engaging, guys. I wanted to know if anything happened to any of y'all today. Maybe you all have like an interesting, eventful day or something. I don't know. Just making conversation. .7 gram reduction just from a battery sled. Yeah, but I get the battery sled. It also is supposed to hold down the recharging circuit. I don't know what the word for this thing is. The recharging coil. Can we call it a coil? Looks like a coil to me. Smells like a coil. Looks like a coil. Tastes like a coil. If I lick it, will I get zapped? What flavor category does electricity fall into? Bitter? Umami? Oh boy, I don't know. Pulsar is like team carrying the mouse industry this year though. Pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. And that is pretty nuts as in crazy talk, not pretty nuts as in your gonads are gorgeous. This is another dumb... I shouldn't. Maybe this is supposed to be PG. Maybe I need to... Gonads are that's a PG-13 term, right? Can I say that? Are gonads male specific, or is gonads any... I think it is male specific, right? Oh, I needed to weigh that. There we go. Boom. Let's throw that up there too, just for kicks and giggles. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, the K7 Ultra is it's a good mouse. I decided to side grade from the black one to the red one just because I was had an interested buyer. I sold it for probably too low of a price, but that's okay. He got a good deal. Neon Thunder from our Discord.
I only charged him 45 bucks. He had to pay some extra shipping to India, but after fees and such, like the money I got for it was like $42 or whatever. Which is about what I paid after Rakuten, which is pretty impressive, but that's after Rakuten, which is still pending. And I tell ya, I shill Rakuten because when it works, it's amazing. But lately, I have not been feeling the love, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I've been having to send support tickets or missing cashback things, rather. I don't know what you want to call it. Missing cashback tickets to Rakuten for like literally 75% of what I've ordered. Stuff just doesn't track on its own. I'm glad I screenshot everything. What I'll do is when I'm in the checkout, I'll activate the Rakuten cashback and it gives you the little shopping trip ID number at the top, and I'll screenshot that way the Rakuten people know like what shopping trip to look at. I don't know what it looks like from their end, but I just figure the more information the better, probably, right? So I do that. It's a pain in the butt though. It makes me wonder, like, should I just spend that time doing something else? Like, I don't know. Like making YouTube videos or something. Like if the purpose is solely to save cost. Alternatively, I could just do something that generates cost, that generates money. And I wonder if my time is better served that way. Yeah, is this metal? Wow, it is. That's crazy that they CNC that. Yeah, see how the core is white? Because that part's plastic, but all the black is metal. You CNC that bitch, dude. Wow. Let's tear that. Oh, I should pop the bottom, the magnets out of the bottom here. Let's do that next. I'm just gonna use a flathead for that, nothing fancy. This is tripping me out. I have no new messages in chat. Sorry, I don't have anything interesting to say, guys. Other than X2N. Go read the Reddit thing. What else did I post about? Oh, I did see a meme today. Do you guys see the Omni-Man meme? I also did. Oh man. During lunch today, I made 2 memes. These magnets come right out. That's actually really nice. They're not glued in or anything. I made 2 memes, but I'm gonna space them out because... Wait, did I space them out? No, I don't think I did. Whatever. I spaced out the tweet for one of them. Okay, is this gonna mess it up because the magnets are too strong? These are pretty strong magnets. Can I use the spacer? This will work. Nova. Barking the dog. I think my fan is messing up my measurement here. Something is at least. Okay, can you guys see that weight measurement? And then the magnets up there. The magnets are 2 grams of weight. They went with some hefty magnets, dude. There we go. The magnets are just like a friction fit into there, and then the PCB clamps them down. It's pretty seamless. Pretty elegant solution there. Now let's get a PCB weight. They're doing the same thing with Razer where they have the antenna separate from the PCB, and it's this like massive metal piece. I don't know if you were spooked by something or what, dog. And then why don't we go ahead and get some close-ups of the PCB. 16 by 9. Let's zoom into that.
Oh man, we got a whole bunch of messages now.
Oh yeah, the Thanos one. Yeah. I'm such a loser, guys. Can I just quit my job and become a mouse influencer? Content creator. I'll just make memes. What a niche. Well, the bottom of the PCB is kind of cool. See how they have MCHOSE branding on it? That's kind of cool, huh? I say this as if this is new information. I've seen this before, though. I think the other PCBs do it also. I think the L7 Plus is that way. Let's get a weight of the bottom. Waiting for a Sim 3 review to decide if I'm going in on it. Really want to try it out. Adjustable sensor position on a quality mouse. Yeah, I don't know, the shape legitimately looks good. It's feature packed. It's like a very reasonable price. If the QC on it is good, mark my words, guys, it's gonna be one of those mice that sells for $100 new, and on Mouse Market, it's like hard stuck at $80 to $90. The Hitscan Hyperlight was that way for a while. Retails for $90.
Invincible meme, those are funny, and the Thanos meme clicking all 5 colors of Rapu mouse.
Yeah, credit to Neon. He said that in chat, and then I was like, lol, that's a meme idea right there, so I made it. 12mm encoder on this guy too, wow. In fact, I think I forgot to write that down in the other, so this is 12. Oh, cool. Sharpie dyed. 12mm TTC gold. And then MCHOSE is the L7 is the same. I need to double check the weight. Was that like 58.68 grams is what it was? I like to document the weights because sometimes different colorways weigh differently. Wild. Yeah, there's some more weight reduction you could do. You could remove the sidewall reinforcement in the K7 Ultra here. You could cut out the DPI light diffuser here. Yeah, if you were to trim all this out and just keep the side button PCB, you could probably get like 1.5 grams out of there. Maybe 1 gram. I personally am going to keep it. I think there was anything else in here I wanted to do. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm here to swap the switches. The whole purpose of me disassembling is like, oh, I'm done. Put it back together. I'm on mechanicals, baby. So the question is, do the optical pins on this actually work, or do I just need to solder it into this mechanical slots? That is a really good question. I usually don't even bother testing it, but on this mouse I kind of want to, because MCHOSE, I don't know how much of a change they actually made, because they did very minor changes to this. They did switch swap and new colors, right? So maybe they didn't update the firmware to be anti-optical. There's my political conspiracy theory. I'm pro-optical. Are you anti-optical or pro-optical? It's like the right versus the left. You have to pick a side. And you'll piss off 50% of the population for whatever side you don't choose. Yeah, Sim 3 reviews. I don't know when they're coming out, but Upgrade Lemonade is going to be on the pod. I already announced it. I think... What did I commit to? October 11th? Check, I think it's October 11th. I was gonna say you can check the Reddit, or the Discord, but I don't know if I actually posted it there. Sorry, Upgrade Lemonade is the brand, is like the reviewer marketing manager for Ponage. Kind of like, not like a full-time, it's not like his full-time job. you guys will learn more about him on the pod. He's got a big money making wife, so he, I think, stays at home, takes care of things around the home, and does the mouse stuff on the side too. Pretty ball in life right there. And I forget how he said he landed the position with Honage, but we'll talk about that on the pod. Like I said, it's not like a full-time gig. Alright. Time to solder separate these out. Oh, I never got an answer from you guys, chat, if the audio is okay. I don't know if I have the music up too loud or not, but no complaints so far, so I guess it's probably fine. I gotta chill. Gotta chill. Just a prank, bro. Yeah, those like prank videos don't really entertain me. I don't know. I do like sometimes r/pranks on Reddit because they tend to be, at least maybe just the ones that get popular, tend to be a little bit more lighthearted. I don't know. I've never been like, what's this? Jackass. That whole movie franchise. The kind of slapstick people getting hurt thing is not really been my cup of tea. What is my sense of humor? I don't know. I like unexpected humor. I guess. I don't know. I like that, I guess. I don't know if there's a term for it. I don't know when Honage Sim 3 reviews will be out. Not a clue. When did the pre-order say? Well, I'm sorry, it's in the pre-order phase now, but when did it say that it's actually releasing? I thought it was the end of this month, and here we are at the end of this month. I need to desolder a little bit more and then open the switches. I'm tired, it is late. I don't know if y'all are not European. That or if you are, it's friggin' early as heck for y'all. Are you guys all like West Coasters? West Coast US? It's on East Coast. So, because it is 11:18. These need some extra solder on them, huh? Add solder to be able to remove solder. Big brain play right there. Yes. Okay, bye-bye Doge. It's just funny when she leaves, she just goes and leaves. Oh, she didn't leave. What? What fell off? See, there's Doge. Alright, Nova break. Hi, Nova. Nova break. You got a wet nose. And you just rubbed it all over me. Thank you. Chilling by the fan. Do you like the fan? I can't tell if you like the fan or if you don't. You're laying by it because it's kind of in your spot. Thanks for licking my tongue. I love you too, baby. Silly girl. Yeah, it's a tired girl. She loves bedtime. She wants me to go to bed. No, okay, now you're getting excited. Look at you listening to me. Look at that tongue popping out. You silly dog. Back to the mouse. Different kind of animal. Maybe I should just solder this in as a plugin. You know what? Let's try something. I'm gonna see if I can test it as an Omron optical by like jamming it onto the contacts. Let's try it that way. Okay. Here we go. Turn this off for now. Oops. I'll turn the camera around to me. Maybe? You guys will sort of be able to see me a little bit here. Okay. And I need an Omron optical 5-pin. Oh, and those contacts are messed up, so I need to fix those real quick. Very cool. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I could just solder in as a mechanical, and that's probably just the safe bet. This is more just, I guess, a curiosity of mine. Yeah, this is just kicks and giggles, as I call it. Optical. Incoming Windows sound. That was me, not you. Sorry, guys. Alright, plug the PCB back in. Right, the PCB is plugged into the computer. That was me again, guys. Sorry. And let's see if we can get a right mouse press. Oh, the pin is too long. Let's try trimming that just a hair. Try again. So I'm just like kind of fudging it without soldering the switch, and I'm just kind of resting it on the PCB. And I'm gonna try to awkwardly click. I think that was a click, but it did not register. Because the YouTube video would pause if it does. Tricky. Very tricky. Okay, I think I'm hitting that. I'm not getting any pauses. Yeah, I'm not like 100% confident in that, but sorry, that Windows sound was me, not you. I know, I get it. I give people that Windows sound warning because I know it's like you'll be watching a YouTube video and you'll hear a Discord notification. You're watching like a live stream, and then you go check your Discord. Herpa-derpa-derp. Alright. So let's solder in some Omron mechanicals. Was the plan all along. Oh, it would help if I turned on the iron, huh? There we go. Let's put this guy away over here. And let's bin some switches while we're at it. You guys playing any games right now? I don't really know. I've never been big into watching live streams. I'll do like the VOD, but watching a live stream, I don't know, I just feel like it's never... I don't know, I'm the wrong person though. Cool, I like those two. Boom, boom. Diddly done, son. Oh, I think I already had some made up too. How do these compare? Switch binning is... Oh, these are good. I did a good job that first time around. Switch binning is an interesting process. Like, holy crap, I would hate myself if I had to do it for an extended period of time, but just doing a little onesie twosie, there's something kind of satisfying about it because you're like customizing your own click feel, I guess. So you feel in control. I don't know. Weird way of me to say that, but that's how I said it. So, my very brief testing. I'm on opticals on the new MCHOSE K7. No worky. Not a super scientific test by any means, and somebody who's really curious should go and fact check me. But for now, I'm gonna say no. You know what I could do actually? I could install the transmitter and receiver and just not use them. Maybe I try that. The only reason I care is like if I go to resell this and I tell them that it has Armon optical soldered into it, they might assume, oh good, I don't have to worry about switch debounce time. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. It'll just take me like an extra minute here to... desolder these 4 itty bitty little baby pins. Oh, 5-pin opticals, man. They're not impossible, they're just tedious because there's 4 of them. They're really close together. That's all. That sucks, says Apto-Ra. Apto-Ra, Rapto-Ra. Yeah, but if you guys are just joining the stream, X2N, I posted a FCC leak to the old mouse review subreddit today. If you want to go check that out. Yeah, we'll do that one. That's good. I feel good. I'm too tired for that. Do any of you guys sing? Or play any instruments? That's something that I've always admired about other people, is musical prowess. I did like band in like, you know, elementary school. Did percussion for like a hot minute, but nothing that lasted. But I do like music, so like being able to play I think is really cool. My dad recently retired, and my mom. My dad has taken up a ukulele. He has been enjoying ukulele. Okay. So before I did like a pretty jank test if if Omron opticals work in this. So if anyone's confused, this is the MCHOSE K7, which is the new updated red colorway version. Uses stupid Omron mechanicals that feel like donkey doo-doo on a mouse. You can quote me on that. Yeah, the PCB has the pinholes for the Omron opticals because it was such a minor revision. The only thing they changed, I think, were the switches and the colors. Son of a gun. I want to desolder that. And I tried just a few moments ago to test it. It was like a really crappy testing method. I don't think I got a really good clear answer. There we go. Money. Okay. Good. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Plugging the PCB in. That's my Windows sound, not yours. It works. It works. I'm pausing. Omron opticals worked. Confirmed. Okay. Confirmed. Oh. Retention gameplay, though, I posted to yesterday. Not that you guys care. It is technically, they're unlisted videos on my channel. You can see the playlist, but I did get my personal best for most frags in a single Battlefield game. Got 218. I do not show the best aim in it, but that is okay. I got really lucky with playing against some not so great players mixed with a not so great team so that they wouldn't just push and win. There's an art to farming. You don't want to be so aggro that the game ends. Oh my gosh, this friggin' antenna is in my way. I'm literally going to desolder the antenna. I'm not even kidding, guys. Just to move it out of my way. I will put it back in, don't you worry. I'm not going to try to use the gaming mouse without an antenna. There we go. Yeah, MCHOSE is one of those manufacturers that if I could only use one manufacturer for the rest of my life, I still stand by that WL mouse is way up there. MCHOSE and ATK would also be way up there for me as well. Oh shizzle. You know, I picked the music today. I usually do lo-fi, but if it's late at night or if I'm feeling kind of upbeat and energetic, I'll do a synthwave type of thing. And that's how I was feeling at the time, but I tell you, I'm tired. It's so funny. I fall asleep so easily, it bothers my wife. It's like my one superpower. Other than, oh my gosh, I've had the wrong camera angle. I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh. My bad. There we go. That's more like it. I don't really know how. I don't know. What are you guys up to? Chat's pretty dead. Unless I'm missing something. I don't think I am. What are you guys up to? You guys playing games right now? I feel like I'm not really doing a good job engaging. Come on, Phalanges. Pick a topic and talk about it.
Ooh, let's talk about the weather. My wife and I are going on vacation to some national parks in North and South Dakota. And shout out if you're from North or South Dakota, what should we be doing in the big Rapid City area? The weather there is supposed to be like 90 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that for the Celsius folks? I don't know. If you're a Celsius folk and you are awake at this hour, you're insane. A certified maniac. None of you guys are probably from North or South Dakota. I wonder if my YouTube analytics gets that granular. I can see the countries that everyone's from. Not everyone. I can't be like, oh, you, John, are from Malaysia. But I can see percentages in just countries. Let's see, age range, gender. Son of a gun. That is a tight little fit in there. I'm glad I took out the antenna. But still kind of a pain in the butt. Shout out the one guy in our Discord today who got accusated in an ink trainer. He was happy about it. The Am I Cat guy. It's wild. Dude, I used to play Combat Arms together back when I was in high school. It's just wild to think about. And the dude's like a master level Kovacs player and I'm just over here like, oh yeah. Hard stuck. Gold in static. I hate static. I hate static scenarios. I'm no good at them. I don't know, an early podcast topic that Daz and I had was do mouse reviewers need to be cracked? You guys have an opinion on that? Maybe that's what I just need to do in live streams for engagement, is I just rehash mousecast topics. I don't know, something that like podcasting has taught me is it's okay to repeat things. Because for like live streams, for example, people come and go. But also people forget, and it's okay to like rehash your opinion, especially if your opinion has changed. Actually, I was gonna say if your opinion changes at all, it's good to rehash it. But if it also hasn't, sometimes people just like hearing that you're have some conviction or have a you're certain of yourself, I guess. Hey, Apto, nah, fresh reviews. He's probably the most cracked reviewer, to be honest. Yeah, he's a former. He played pro in some game. I forget what. House Gaming was pretty good too, because he played pro Counter-Strike. It certainly seems though like Boardsy's probably the most cracked out of the main reviewers that I know about. I mean, you can get into the aim trainers, people who also review like Viscose, and then that's just like objectively the most cracked. But yeah, Fresh, yeah, the ones who come to my mind, Fresh, House, and Boardsy. JQ, of course. I'll just live in my little podcast land. I'll do some pub stomping and nothing more. Man, these won't melt. These really won't melt. I'm just trying to get CS 1.6. You don't need to be cracked to review or critique stuff. Can you expand on that app though? Why do you think that is? I do think I have my take, which is that I don't know. Maybe I said it in the MouseCast episode. I think you need to be cracked at. You need to be able to either be entertaining, like a diamond lobby, or sorry, I was concentrating. Or you have to be good at like explaining things and delivering content in just a very digestible way. So you just like I guess that kind of goes without saying. You have to be good at reviewing. So I think, for example, Aim Adapt, I have no idea if Liam is cracked or not, but his reviews are like, it doesn't matter. His reviews are, I think his reviews are literally the best in terms of content. Like you can watch an Aim Adapt review with audio off and learn so much about a product. He'll do disassembly. Yeah, it definitely helps because like if you're just if you're like an RTings or ratings database or like ELO shapes, that's a tool. So you can, if you're just a reviewer who just provides that, your skill doesn't really matter because people come to you for the tool. But if you're gonna be like a Boardsy style reviewer where you just sit and spew about a mouse to a camera without like any objective pictures or measurements or data, then I think you do need to be speaking from a place of authority, and that needs to be some FPS talent. Yeah, dude, I can't get this. I don't want to toast the PCB. I've been stuck on this for like 15 minutes now. This is very frustrating. Let's see. Boardsy just says subjective shit, and it attracts viewers because he's straight to the point. Yeah, he is very good at that Gen Z content. But no real test done. I guess he doesn't shill. That's one nice thing about Boardsy, is his shit when it really is. Yeah, he will. I also don't really think is shilling a problem in the mouse community? Do we have people who are known shills who are like can't be trusted? I feel like not really. Other than Shroud. But he's not a reviewer. Bro, I'm getting like actually kind of frustrated by this. I can't melt the solder out of a couple of these really teeny tiny pinholes. It's just like stuck in there. I don't know if there's an air gap in the solder that's not allowing it to conduct. Really frustrating though. Yeah, I like Boardsy as a reviewer. I used to like insta watch all of his stuff. After a while, I've kind of stopped, especially since he focuses more on the mainstream stuff, and I focus more on like, I think the budget stuff is more interesting. When mainstream stuff comes out and it like sets the bar, I think that's good. I think that's interesting. But I think I said it earlier, like if I had to main a single brand, like top of my list are WMOuse, MCHOSE, ATK. So I guess that shows where my loyalties are. I don't think. How have I fixed this before? Should I try a different soldering tip? That means I have to let my iron cool down, which is a pain in the ass. Fresh reviews and aim adapt are my fave, but he reviews other stuff like expensive IEMs too. Yeah, can you explain IEMs to me? Why do people care about IEMs? Like, for competitive gaming, you want something with a good soundstage, right? Which is generally like a large open back headphone. Generally. Not saying absolutely, but I don't know. I feel like to get the same soundstage, you know, it's like $100 open back headphones versus $300 IEMs. I really know I'm speaking out of my ass here, but I got one of the holes open. Oh my gosh, what a pain in the butt that has been. The old guy with the cap. He's even more casual than Boardsy. The old bearded Bob? Who does the disassembly live streams like me? He was here before me though, I'm not taking credit. There we go. Oh, I can plunger my solder. I know I'm off camera here, guys. I'm such a bad YouTuber. I just want to get this solder sucked. I think there was a Mousecast episode where Daz and I talked about our favorite reviewers. He and I both like Diamond Lobby. Not for reviews. I think Diamond Lobby has some takes that I don't necessarily agree with. He had like a budget video where he put the Zaupin ZPW at like failure tier because he has a scroll wheel that he cares a lot about his scroll wheels, I think, which is fine. But yeah, I want to say he put his ZPW at like failure tier because he didn't like something about the scroll wheel. And for me, it's like an S tier budget option. It's a $50 mouse that's like has a good coating, has good skates. Run Opticals. Finally, oh my gosh, I did it, guys. Like 20 minutes later. Let's clean up the PCB because I really got a lot of solder juice all over it. Oh, Techni. Oh. Techni is the kind of guy that I would totally hang out with. But brother, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't stand his mouse reviews. I don't want to say. I don't want to sound mean. I gotta be careful and not disparage other reviewers. Technique is not at all my style of. He's a little bit mainstreamy, which is fine. He seems like a really nice, easy to talk to guy, though. I will say that. But to me, he's kind of like the same tier as like a random Frank P. Technique's not one of mine. I'm not subscribed. But I respect the people that he... You know, one thing he does that I do like is he's the one who does the force meter, right? He does the force meter for like side flex. That's something that like... I'm not saying that's something revolutionary or whatever, but I am saying it's cool to see reviewers it's always cool to see reviewers come up with new ways of comparing, come up with new ways of benchmarking.
Yeah, one of those holes is like not letting one of the pins through. I don't want to force it. There was one time that I ruined a mouse PCB by forcing a pin through. Oh. And then it just goes through like butter. Okay. Haha, silly me. I don't know what I'd change, but it works now, so sure. Don't question it. Some scientific stuff reviews used to be super casual. Okay. Yeah, see, the super casual review style, I think, is, I think it just takes a little bit more, raw talent. When I say raw talent, I mean, I don't know, what do you think? I was gonna say raw talent in terms of, like, FPS prowess, but there's way too much solder on that. There we go. Okay, I want to test these buttons because I just want to sanity check myself. Like, for example, Bearded Bob is a guy who I got really into for a little bit because he did disassembly videos, even though he's not some cracked player. I mean, the dude's like 45 years old or something. But his disassembly seemed like a chill guy. Okay. This is my mouse sound incoming. Hiya. We got... Oh no. No, no, no. Left mouse is working. Right mouse is not. What? Sorry, that was mine again. My brother, why is it not working? Oh, Jump Ninja used to be the GOAT, but then he started to shill and his mouse science never made sense. Oh, yeah, I remember when he measured the force of all the funnels, which is way back. Yeah, eggshells, yeah, dude. GOAT. Yeah, Rocket Jump Ninja used to be Encyclic for me. He was, I mean, for a while, right, he was the only reviewer. That's the thing that people have to remember. He was the only person talking about shape. I mean, yeah, he got a little weird, but... people didn't like him eventually because, I mean, he got a little artsy-fartsy with, like, the basketball and the music stuff. And I think some people didn't like him because he was anti-vax. And then some people didn't like him because, yeah, his, like, pseudoscience way of approaching reviews. But that, and like, he's a good FPS player, but he's by no means a pro. I don't know. I also think that he I think might be a little bit too harsh on that. I don't know, Rocket Jump Ninja is still a more talented FPS player than probably, and he's still probably a top 1% type of player compared to the general population, but people give him crap because he never, does he ever claim to be like a pro? He's always like 20 years of experience or whatever, which is like totally valid, you guys. I think that's fine. Remember, he started reviewing at a time that people did not talk about mouse shapes really. Like, the only people who were kind of pro level who talked about it was like within their own small communities. Okay. I just reapplied solder to see if maybe we just had a cold joint or something done.
No, still no right mouse. Why? Why is right mouse not working? Oh, it's midnight. I gotta get a move on. Well, I really don't see what I'm missing here. Oh, did I turn this off? I did. I don't quite see what I'm missing here. Bearded Bob. No, I know you meant Bearded Bob, regards to measuring shells. Or, the switches. Just Rocket Jump Ninja in general, I just think that people are very hard on him because, actually, I don't know why, other than, like, the couple things I mentioned earlier. I don't know, does he still produce content? Does he kind of know that he's succumbed to the curve, probably? Yeah, that's the thing, all content creators succumb to the curve, right? Gotta give respect where it's due once in a while, every few months when he releases. Okay. Oh, son of a gun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this switch that's not working. I might just try the mechanical option. Yeah, I'm getting nothing. Left mouse is working fine, right mouse is not. Been a little bit of a shit show trying to get this thing to run opticals in it. I got the one in it and then I spent like 20 minutes trying to get the other one out. And now it's just not working at all. Okay, we're gonna try that. I just soldered it into the mechanical switch spot. Yeah. I respect Rocket Jump Ninja for being a pioneer. Maybe I have a bad switch. That's not common at all. Wow. Wow. Sorry, all my Windows sounds. That was all me, guys. Sorry. What a mess to desolder this, though, now that I have friggin' 6 pins worth to go through. Alright. Yeah, I'm glad I took out the antenna. I would have had to do that for sure. I'm just gonna try the old rip the switch out method. I know I'm like off to the side here. My like dog bed is pushing me off to the side. I can sit like this, which will get me better in the frame. Where'd my little baggie of drums go? A little baggie of... Rocket Jump Ninja, I don't know yet. I haven't... He's posted a couple of things and I just never clicked on them, but like back in the day it was an instant click. Also back in the day though, there were like when a new mouse came out that was actually halfway decent, it was a big deal. Now it's like every week something comes out that's like
leaps and bounds better than what we had 8 years ago. And then it'll cost like $30. This is gonna toast the switch probably, so we should just rip it out. Oh, that's one way of removing that. Alright. That's garbage. Sorry guys that I'm being a little bit low energy. I'll bring the energy in tomorrow's MouseCast. Again, MouseCast is tomorrow. It's just going to be a me and Daz show. It's going a day early because I gotta go on vacation. If you want some preview of some topics, Pulsar X2, or sorry, Pulsar X2N, Crazy Light. I wonder why they went with the X2 name on it. That's actually a good question. Why'd they go with the X2 if they called it X2N or X2 Narrow? And it's a Crazy Light, so it's going to be the small size. The mini. I'm surprised he still upgrades his top 50 mouse list. Really, he does? Oh, what does he have on it? Maybe should Daz and I do that for a mouse casting, reacting to Rocket Jump's Ninja's current list? That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. I wonder if he made a decent living from. That's got to be really tough as a content creator to go through the boom of you're an innovator, getting all these subscribers and stuff, and like you're probably making decent money for what it is, and then viewership starts to drop off, and then you kind of realize that like maybe you'll try changing your content one way or another. Maybe you won't. But eventually you hit the day where you're like having to go back to work because content creation ain't doing it anymore. I guess like you might be able to still have clout for brands. You can still be like, yeah, I got 300,000 subscribers. And they might not be aware enough to check like what recent view counts are. Doesn't Random Frank be a little bit that way? Didn't he kind of drop off a little bit? He had like 1 million subs. I don't know how many views he pulls an episode now. I don't know, Random Frank P to me is just like very 2017 reviewer YouTube. Be careful because I gotta not like throw shade at people because I do still like everyone in this space. I don't think there's anyone that I actually dislike. I generally dislike people who are very, what I like to say, confidently incorrect. Like I think the whale can be controversial.
extremely confident about everything he says. He'll say it in like a very unapologetic way, even if it was like very tone deaf. Crazy Light at number 4, Ponage at 4 and 5, Final Mouse 1, 2, 3, ODS 2 at 5. That's not bad. Yeah, he did books too. He did like science fiction fantasy books, right? Watch him tweet at you tomorrow. Oh, he's back my top 50 list. It's I mean, it sounds like it's a fine list. Again, a lot of mouse stuff, it's very subjective these days. I would not do... If you're including value in your... So I always include value. But for some people, that's dumb. It's like... An RTX 5090 owner doesn't care about value. They care about getting the best thing that's on the market. So if you look at any sort of list, it'd be ridiculous to not put 5090 at the top. The gaming mice, I feel like I personally feel like I gotta talk about value. I don't know why that is. Maybe that's because I just have like such a collection. I don't know. So like to me, spending $150, $180 on a mouse is like insane, because I only buy stuff that I can like resell and break even on. And if you go and pick up a GPX Superlight 2 Dex right now for like $160, use it for a month, and you want to sell it, you're instantly selling it for $90. After fees and shipping, you're getting $80. You're getting half of your money back. Whereas like an AliExpress mouse, you can pretty much break even if you follow the Dastrazak Discord and get the deals roll and wait for the deals to come through. Yeah. Team AMD. I have an AMD GPU, but I'm no AMD shill or fanboy or whatever. I have so many frequent driver crashes, which kind of sucks. I like their software GUI is better than NVIDIA's. I've had both. I had some like pretty ridiculous GPU issues not that long ago. So I had a 5070 Ti, then a 9070, and I went like back and forth on the two A/B testing. There's actually a lot of it around Mousecast, because I like wasn't able to upload gameplay. Anywho. Son of a gun. The TL, my fucking soldering iron, man. The TLDR of my take on is that NVIDIA stuff has like some really nice tech, but the AMD driver GUI is at least better. Fucking stop rotating. You can tell I'm getting mad because I'm dropping the F-bomb and you can really avoid that. I don't monetize these. Well, I think, do I monetize these live streams? I might. I'm tired, I want to go to bed, I want to finish this though. But these are the biggest pain in the ass, dude. I'm helping hands keep slipping too. V2 and record mouse test. Alright. Focus up.
I'm about to just solder this in as a mechanical switch. This is getting pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, how come this keeps coming loose? What the heck? I just tightened that with a wrench and then I was just able to immediately bend it back. Yeah, this is all kind of my helping hand. I'm gonna try switching grip mounts because this is all like floppy. Oh, this one's bent. That might be annoying. I'll try flipping that around, though it doesn't like have the same ball groove sockets anymore. Oh well. Maybe I can at least bend it back. I appreciate you hanging out in chat, though. Apto. I'm guessing you're here from MouseCast, right? That's how you found out about the channel and such, right? From Daz, maybe? Oh, never happened to a video card. Yeah, I should do a reevaluation of the Rapu VT2, Olive V9, and Attack Shark X8. Yeah, if he wants to. Like the switches and then G23 V2, prefer arm and optical still. Yeah, I do too. Yeah. They're unique. I want to see there's the roaring and the galloping version, and they're different. And, the ones that are out in all in-comp mice right now are the lighter weight ones, and I want to try the heavier ones. Oh, dude, I haven't even soldered in like 5 minutes here because I've just been fucking with these things. Thing is, I won't have time to get back to this tomorrow because I gotta pack the trip, and then I'll be on vacation, and then I'll totally forget what left off. So I want to get this done. That didn't suck through. Wow, okay. Yeah. That one did. Cool. Yeah, there's somebody on the Reddit post that I made today who was saying the same thing about the in-cot switches. I'm preferring the, because apparently there's the new G20, I don't even know,
the new in-cop mouse is gonna have back to hot swap again. It's on Reddit. Chugging along here, man. Got a shower tonight too. Gotta take off an ear cup for the sound test switches. Should be enough to test. I like that one. Alright, please, for the love of God, work. And I'm gonna solder in a backup mechanical icicle, as I like to call them, the old icicle trick. If this doesn't work, I should probably just go to bed if this doesn't work, but we'll give it one last try. Okay. It's firmly mounted. Get this helping hand out of my way. Not being very helpful there, huh? You know what's a big compliment I received today was from Logpile. Remember the guy who was on the one of the Mousecast episodes not that long ago? Yeah, dude, Logpile, me and Dez have kept up in a three-way chat ever since he was on the show. Daily. Sometimes a whack ton of messages. I'll look into my phone and I'll see that they've been chatting and there's like 40 messages. But Logpile, sorry, the compliment that I got was he said Mousecast is a really good format. I was like, really? What do you mean by that? And he's like, well, he's like, I do like the raw input podcast, but he's like, the giggling gets to me sometimes. They are a bit younger. But they're a bit more lighthearted. I don't know. We're like more of a news show kind of a thing. So whatever. He says it's just really chill, that like something to do while listen to while doing chores or working or whatever. Okay, if this doesn't work, brothers, I'm going to the icicle. Moment of truth. Electronic gems. Oh, I usually don't like doing a static. I like having background music that moves. Wow, are you serious? Okay. Yep. Left mouse is not working. Huh. That scares me that I did something wrong. I'm gonna solder to the icicle here, and if it still doesn't work, then we got a major problem. Okay. So now it's gonna be in mechanical switch mode. Sorry, Windows sound again. Okay, it's working. Okay. weird. My left mouse works as an optical. My right mouse does not. What the hell? I can't explain it. In my spreadsheet, I guess I went through this whole exercise just to help out brothers in my spreadsheet. And I'm gonna have to be indecisive and just say, I don't know. Maybe this is a firmware thing. That's weird as hell, dude. I'm gonna check one last time here. Keep stepping on my dog's toy. Okay, both buttons work. Okay, couldn't tell you why. Anyway, I like... Alright, burn the past, whatever this thing is. Does this one move? No, I want one that moves. This works, okay. See, I want something that isn't static, so that if I like go AFK or something, you guys don't think that the stream is dead. Yeah. There we go. Holy nuts. Time to put Hunky back together again. Which means starting with the antenna that I desoldered. Just so I could get the switches. Did I not desolder that enough, brother? Looks pretty well desoldered to me. Yeah, this MCHOSE PCB is actually decently lightweight, like it's decently thin. There we go. Anyone in chat try the new Borderlands 4? I kind of want to try it, but I also don't want to spend a bunch of money on it. That is the predicament, huh? I want it, but it's too much money. What will do? Check the power button slider. Yep, that's working. All right. Screw this puppy down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws in the PCB. All right. I like 3 Antennas Borderland. Great game. Yeah, dude, I love... Yeah, if you want to add me on Steam and play sometime. I never finished Borderlands 3. I loved Borderlands 2. I've probably played through Borderlands 2. I don't know how many max level guys I have. Oh, maybe just 1 actually. But I've played through Borderlands 2 a handful of times. You know, former coworker used to grind it. And I really enjoy watching Lil Gasmask, who does the challenge runs on Borderlands 2. You know, he'll do like Borderlands 2, but only using grenades. Borderlands 2, but only using the Bane, which is the SMG that makes you run really slow. he's actually really entertaining. Again, I don't usually watch Let's Plays or gameplay of things like long form content, but his I do. Low gas mask is funny, and also he has a very good understanding of the game, because to beat it he'll have to die like 300 times in the challenge rounds. Hey dog, welcome back. I'm sorry I'm taking so long. I wish I wasn't either. Double check the pinout here. ETR, it's the same. I don't even know if I got very good pictures of the K7. Oh, I actually did. Okay. K-den. Cool. Let's put some tape on that sucker. Hey dog, you seem awfully awake. I want to go to bed. You know, you want me to go to bed too, don't you, doggy? Yeah, Borderlands 3 is... I wonder if the, like, it says there's 6 viewers. I wonder if you guys are... I know you're there, Apto. But I wonder if everyone else is just like AFK'd on this. I don't think I monetized the live stream. I think I monetized the VOD. So I'm also not getting any money if you're there. It's like, because some people do that on Twitch. They'll like just idle a Twitch stream so the person gets, you know, ad revenue. But apparently you have to idle it at like 1% volume. Muted does not count. They got it all figured out, don't they? Not perfectly centered, but I perfectly don't care. This is a mouse. It's starting to look a lot like Mouse Miss. Oh, what am I doing? I'm tired. I'm adjusting the flash instead of the friggin' phone. Sure. What phone you got? Galaxy Flip 3. Flippy phone. I do really like it. Money was no object, I would get the fold one. But I got this from a Facebook Marketplace deal like 3 years ago. Sometimes I wish I had a more durable phone. Like I was at a job site last week. But... That's a good question though. I don't get that very often, Apto. Apto Ra, is that your actual name? I'm just a dumb American, so like I'm just used to calling everybody like American names like John and Linda. Is that everything? Yeah, the only thing is I want to check the fulcrum tensioning first. I want to see that. So the last mouse that we just did, the TenZ, I actually liked it with a more firm fulcrum, which is very irregular. But I like that. So we're going to see how these Armor Opticals feel. Yeah, I'll leave it as is, actually. That's pretty good. And then we'll do a weight check at the end also.
Oh man, I kind of want to play the new Doom game too. Doom: The Dark Ages. You know, there was another rhythm shooter, they call it, like Doom, that came out called Metal Hellsinger. The soundtrack for it's actually pretty good. Remember when the Doom soundtrack, was it Doom 2016 or whatever it was? Had like a banger of a soundtrack with, oh, what's the friggin' composer's name? Oh, I forget. I'm sorry for yawning. I forget his name. But I like the metal band Motionless in White. And off their last album, the very last song was featuring the guy from the Doom soundtrack. And it is such a brilliant work of art song. Just has a little bit of everything. Yeah, on obstacles in this feel pretty good. Weight's quite a bit better too. Jane Doe. Oh, Donald Doe. 46 grams without skates. And then let's throw the skates back on because these MCHOSE skates are actually pretty good. Battery lights up. Bluetooth works. DPI button still works. Clicks, scroll. Side buttons. Good. Put the skates back on. I always like to double check. I do, even though I can take skates off without damaging them, I still try to minimize it. I don't want to be taking skates on and off, on and off. Each time you do it, you lose a little bit of the adhesive. You can get some bends and creases. Bends and creases. Yeah, and it's funny, MCHOSE is actually using the 500 milliamp hour battery that they're using. Only weighs 8.3 grams. I think that's the lightest 500 milliamp hour I have seen ever. Part of me wonders if like battery manufacturers are fudging it. There probably are. I'm absolutely sure there are battery standard testing, standard practices, so that everybody's 500 milliamp hour equals everybody else's 500 milliamp hour. But are there Chinese companies out there that probably don't care and will falsely market something? Maybe. I don't know if that's just like a Chinese cultural thing or not, but just like, or it's just that I'm a dumb American, so when I interact with Chinese people, you know, on AliExpress or whatever, they're like, oh, he's a dumb American, don't give him nice treatment. But it just seems like, well, I don't want to generalize, but it seems like they, like AliExpress sellers just really don't care about the after sales or anything. Which is, I guess, like fair. Like, what can they possibly do that benefits them at all? I mean, you're just some person, you know, half the world away. Shipping anything to you is ridiculously expensive. For them to quote unquote make anything right, it's just they're losing their ass. Alright, and with skates. 48.3. Change to 1 by 1. I tell you, these skates are good. Did they go thicker skates on the updated K7 Ultra? They might have. These do seem nice and thick. These are very nice skates. Yeah, nicely rounded.
How's the mouse feel? How the mouse feel? The mouse feels good. It feels good. Okay. I got my pictures. I think for Poo Cares, but they're a way bigger company than any other Bitcoin companies. Yeah. The other thing too is I'm buying from Chinese AliExpress resellers, so they kind of don't care really as much. Yeah, the updated, the slight updates to the A7 or the K7 here, I think are pretty good. I don't know if the skates are any thicker. They seem nicer. Maybe I'm tripping, but yeah, the Omron mechanicals are a huge L. So opticals, I'm glad I got those in, but again, you have to trade them as mechanicals, which is just wild. And then the rubber, the thicker rubber on the scroll wheel is nice. Yeah, middle mouse is not as spammable as I would like it to be, but I'm just gonna plug the mouse in right here again and just double check that things are working normally. Okay. Okay, again, my Windows sound. Yeah, 48 grams on a mouse this size is pretty solid. It's definitely a good amount above average. But also not gonna knock your socks off. Gonna knock your socks off. Sorry, I'm tired. So my last thing I need to do before I go to bed is label some of this stuff. So the battery here, this is an MCHOSE K7. I think I'll probably know that though. This is a K7 red, and this was 8.31 grams if I recall. So with that, guys, yeah, sold out, really burning the midnight oil. Yeah, no, I wanted to go to bed sold out. I'm glad you're still here, dude. I'll be sure to check in with you for deals tomorrow. You wanted again the RSR7. Okay. Thank you guys, loyal watchers, for sticking with me. It has struck my ego a little bit, like being tired as hell and still seeing that viewer count number at like 6 or 7. So everyone in chat, Apto, Raw, Soul Out, I'm trying to see if anyone else is still here. Thomas, yeah, that's right. Thomas, that's some good questions. My wife is longer in bed. Here, Liz Oak, Champagne, thank you all for being here. Mousecast tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going early because I got a flight Thursday morning. Yeah, join the Discord. See you guys. Have a good night. Alright, dog. Time to go snuggle. Time to go snuggle.